Hey, hello everybody. Anybody who decided to drop by, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to start with the guy on the thumbnail. He got released from the prison, from the jail. And the first thing he did, because what criminals do, is they go do crime. All right. Well, apparently we are actually live. It's good to know because I don't know what I'm doing here. But let's start off with the story coming from the Gateway Pundit. Horror. Prominent Tennessee businessman and father fatally shot point blank in the head by career criminal with 66 prior arrests. 66 prior arrests. This guy shot this family man. Now, this is Chattanooga, businessman, father, recently shot point blank in the head. So this wasn't a drive-by shooting or a random act of violence. He went up to him, put a gun next to his dome, and then gave him the room temperature challenge. 38-year-old, family man. Now, this guy, what bugs me, and this is a story apparently that is just over and over and over again. It's getting boring at this point, that a lifelong criminal gets arrested and then released, and gets arrested and then released, and gets arrested and then released over and over again. This guy has a arrest record 66 times. But no, there's no reason to put him in jail and keep him away from decent people. We're just going to keep letting him out because the court system is like, oh, it must be the racisms or something, and fatherless home, and sad, and he's just didn't understand, didn't do nothing, whatever. So now this guy, look at this family. This family. He's got a nice house. You know, he's got 2 kids and a newborn on his lap. Well, that kid's never going to see his father ever again. Now, here's a hot take for you. No one's going to like this, so get prepared. Just because some cultures choose to have 90% of their kids grow up in fathers' homes doesn't mean that they need to distribute this moral deficiency to all the other people. Now, this just became a single mom. Widows are different than single moms, but these kids have to grow up without a father. So, the court records, Roberts is the guy's name. Let's go back up here and see who this rocket scientist is. Recently shot by Christopher Wright was the victim, Daryl Too Tall Roberts. Oh, what a upstanding citizen this guy is. I'm glad he's around to help things in the community. Roberts, 57, a career criminal with 66 prior arrests, was charged with first-degree murder and currently being held at the Hamilton County Jail on a $5 million bond. Now, Wright, the guy that he killed, check this out. A Yale graduate, prominent businessman, father to 3 beautiful children, including an 8-week-old baby. This guy makes me sick. Absolutely disgusting. So, Roberts has never spent more than 6 months in jail, despite being arrested 66 times. Okay? This guy is a career criminal, just working the system every day. Oh, I got out of jail, rob people, shoot people, steal, do all the crimes. He gets to jail, and they're like, oh, we should let him out because prison is bad, and this guy seems like a nice boy, and we should let him out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's where we're at with this guy. All right? What do you think should happen to him? What do you think should happen to this guy? 66 times, shot him in the head. How was he able to get a gun anyway? I mean, you know, the gun laws, they have to make sure the criminals don't get... Gun laws don't affect criminals because criminals don't follow laws. Do you think more gun laws would help with this one? No, of course not. Of course not. All right? That's our start-off story for today. It caught my attention. I'm just like, again, another lifelong criminal just out roaming the streets, killing innocent people. This affects a whole family. In Chattanooga, no less. Now, Tennessee is supposed to be a pretty red state and, you know, heavy 2A and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. These people are just criminals. They're just criminals, and they're allowed to do whatever they want. So another story, I got to tell you, Gateway Pundit was on a roll yesterday. I pulled these two stories up late last night, and it was way too late to do a live because even though I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, no one else is. So I figured I'd save it for today, and we'll do another story here. How about this one? Another Gateway Pundit, like I said. Oh, great. Let's learn how to use a mouse, dum-dum. Okay. 2 illegal immigrants violently assault Texas National Guard soldier in El Paso. Okay, so here we go. We got the 2 border patrol agents of some sort standing next to the rows and rows of concertina razor wire, which Department of Homeland Security ordered them to cut down because we don't want to make it hard for the illegals to cross the border. Cut down those walls. Get rid of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 2 illegal immigrants. Again, I know what the Gateway Pundit is trying to do, but in reality, this is soft peddling the title. 2 illegal invaders violently assault Texas National Guard. Now, the first thing they did when coming to the border of the United States is they decide, we're going to break laws and we're going to come into the country illegally. So by the factor that they stepped foot across this imaginary line, they instantly become criminals. Okay? They are illegal criminals at this point. Now, because what do criminals do? They break laws. Do criminals care about laws? No, of course not. Barely an inconvenience, right? So the National Guards come over and they're like, hey, you can't be here. And they're like, yeah, but we're criminals. We break laws. So they start mercilessly beating, violently assaulting the National Guard soldiers in El Paso. Okay? Are these the best and brightest that the immigration can offer this country? No, of course not. They've been in the country for, let's say, 30 seconds. They've already broken 2 laws. One of them violently. Why are they here? Well, obviously, to search for more soft targets. These are criminals that are going to come in to do more crime. They've made it abundantly clear that's why they're here. We're going to come in because we can do crime and nothing's going to happen. Now, Biden is going to step in and St. Pierre Cringe, whatever her name is, the spokesman, she's going to say, but we have to protect all migrants and we need to give them cell phones and we need to set them up with a court date 7 years in the future so we can find out if they're allowed to be here or not. And all the while, for the next 5 to 7 years until they get their court date, which they probably won't show up for, they're allowed to do whatever they want. Oh, and give them an EBT card to make sure they have pocket money to walk around. And let's give them some housing in New York City or some other slumlord. Or let's build a city for them like they did in that one place in Texas where they're just building homes for these invading migrants, okay? Oh, and then we need to give them food. We don't want them to be hungry. They're migrants. So we need to give them food. We need to give them shelter. And well, they walked so far, so let's give them some new shoes. And these people get more benefits than American citizens. And they've already shown us that all they are is criminals. So what are they going to do? Not only are they going to break the laws, but they're going to steal. In this case, they're going to steal resources. Why are our roads suck? Because we're feeding the migrants. Why do the kids can't read in school? Well, we're spending the money to feed the migrants. Why is blah, blah, blah broken? Because we're taking all the money and we're housing migrants. They shouldn't be here. They're all criminals. And now they're just in your face, beating up, violently assaulting the Border Patrol that their job is to keep them out. And part of the reason why this is allowed to happen is because the new regime in the White House has given them special privileges. They're not supposed to follow the laws. They don't have to. And when they don't, no one cares because the people charged with making them follow the laws are held back and they're not allowed to do anything. And if they do, they're reprimanded. Oh, you held this migrant too long, and oh, you separated him from his family, and oh, blah, blah, blah. So the Border Patrol basically throws their hands up, and now they're a welcoming committee. Hi, welcome to the country. Can I get your free stuff? And that's all they do. So we're going to have less border patrol in the future would be my guess. Why would anyone want to take the job? They might as well just have these, it's the socialist goal. They want to just have social workers down there. Hi, how can I help you? It's going to be like welcome to Walmart. They're going to have all these old people there at the border. Hi, how can I help you? Welcome to Walmart. Or it's like Idiocracy. Hello, I love you. Welcome to Home Depot. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. So we're getting less border control, more migrants. I think this is a part of the plan. But now that they're starting to just violently assault the border patrol, this is going to show a signal to everyone left in Mexico working their way north, and everyone in Costa Rica and Guatemala and Venezuela and the people in Africa and the people in Pakistan and all the people that are coming into Mexico and just rolling right through our southern border. It shows a message that, well, if someone tries to detain you, you can just beat them up. And what happens next? Well, next you can stab them. Well, next you can shoot them. Well, where does this end? Well, it takes what semblance of a border we used to have, and it erases the concept for everybody on the globe. They've basically put up a banner saying, yeah, you can do whatever you want on our border. Come on in. And if anyone tries to stop you, just pummel them mercilessly, and you're good to go. Just keep running north. You'll be fine. You'll make it to New York, where they'll say, it's a sanctuary city, and we'll put you up in the Roosevelt Hotel. Three meals a day? No problem. New York's happy to pay for it. Happy to pay for it. Now, this goes back to this border thing. And of course, every time you talk about the border, it always leads back to Trump. Now, Trump, oh my God, his border idea was just horrendous. It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He wanted to spend $5 billion to build a wall. Oh my God, $5 billion. What a crazy number. That number is just ridiculous. How could we dare spend $5 billion on a wall to keep people out? Well, contrast that with right now, New York City, just New York, only New York City has already spent $10 billion this year just to house migrants. So looking back, what's the better deal? Should we have spent the $5 billion on the wall, or should we spend $10 billion every year for migrants forever? Wait a minute. Now, I'm no mathematician, but it seems like spending $5 billion one time to keep everyone out is better than $10 million every year forever. Does that check out with you guys? Is my math working? Does this make sense to you? Because $5 billion now seems like a bargain. Seems like an absolute deal of the century. So if or when, hopefully, Trump gets reelected and he starts to build that wall, build it 10 feet taller, build it 100 miles longer, and get it done. Now, this goes back to the defunding. It's tangential to the defunding of the police. And that kind of ties in with the Border Patrol. They've been defunded and destaffed, and there's 2 or 3 Border Patrol agents for every 10 miles, and there's gaps as wide as you could possibly believe. So getting into the border now is pretty easy because there's not enough people to do the job, okay? And this leads me to another story that I found. This will wrap it up for the day. Third story. It's coming from, it's focused on screen because I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Portland residents told not to call the police for help. Now, once again, Portland, a leader in sociology, in socialist tactics and programs, okay? Portland has gone full socialist. But in this case, they're being progressive and they're being honest. They're just telling you now, hey, Portland, listen, we know, you guys know that we're not going to arrest criminals. I mean, you know that, right? You know, Antifa can run wild. They can burn down buildings. They can take over part of the city with that Chop Chaz nonsense from a couple years back. They can burn down the police department. So we're not going to arrest them. They're Antifa. They're good. the Stop Oil kind of people, the protesters in the street. They block traffic, the BLM riots and the protests. We're not going to arrest them. They can do whatever they want. We know that criminals have a free pass. The shoplifting, drugs on the street, no problem. Portland. So now they're finally being honest. They've had these programs for years. But now they're finally just saying it. They're being as open and upfront as possible because they've got their programs in. So now they can announce it. Portland residents, do not call the police for help. They're not coming. The police, we're not going to help you. You're on your own. And it's so obvious now. People like me, Styx, Tim Pool, Liberal Hive Mind, all these people have been saying it for years that they're trying to remove the police. The police are not going to help you. You're on your own. This is the socialism they want. And now it's come. It's here. It's arrived. Their plan is in place. Portland, do not call the police for help. It's public knowledge now they're admitting it. Well, what happened is Portland, back in 2020, they defunded the police by $15 million instead of increasing it. See, the city budget says, no, we need to have more cops. We need more. They're going to give them $3 million more. And instead, like, no. A couple of BLM activists got on the city board and they're like, nope, we defund the police, ACAB, the whole thing. So they took $15 million away. So now they don't arrest anyone. And when they do arrest someone, the Soros-appointed district attorneys and the judges immediately let them go. Got to get back on the street, do more crime, or do more drugs, or do more drugs, then more crime. It doesn't matter, all right? So this says, please take a moment to celebrate this victory and let it fuel your fire because we're not done, Commissioner Udally said at the time. Hey, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted, okay? There's no more police. You win, socialists. And how's Portland now? Street drugs are just normal. Overdoses are running rampant. Homelessness is crazy. Have you tried to sell a house in Portland? Oh, yeah, you can sell a house, but property values are crashing because people only want to move out. Nobody wants to move in. Well, nobody with a job and a career wants to move to Portland. So who are you going to sell the house to? The crack-addicted single mother with 45 arrest records? She's not going to be able to buy your house in Portland. Not nearly what you paid for it a couple years ago. So congratulations, Portland. You only got a few steps left before total chaos, total destruction, where it falls apart. It turns into a dystopian nightmare, Mad Max style, where there's literally just armed gangs running through the street, taking whatever they want. It's, it's the Wild West. It's the jungles of Africa where the lion, the strongest creature, takes what he wants. This is going to be whoever has the biggest gun, whoever has the biggest gang, whoever can create the most violence and terror, they get what they want. So there's your Portland. How you like it? Portland, do not call the police for help. We're not going to help you. So 3 stories all tie in together. We got criminals getting out of jail to go do more crime in Tennessee. We got Border Patrol wide open, people coming in to commit crime with a pass. And then we got Portland finally waving the white flag. Don't call the police. We're never coming to help you. So a little bit of gloom, a little bit of doom for today, but this is where we're heading. This is the policies they want. This is what they're begging for. This is what they're voting for. So is it bad to defund the police? Well, I kind of have a mixed opinion on this. Yes and no. Do I think it's good for my town? No. Oh God, no. I want more police. I want them to lock up everyone. I want the police. In fact, we're going to take it so far. I want police everywhere. I want police to arrest jaywalkers. I want police to arrest people that park in handicapped spots without the placard. I want people to get arrested if they're doing 70 and a 65. Now, I know this is a little draconian, a little crazy, but They do this for 6 months, and all of a sudden, people start following rules again. They're like, whoa, I don't need the hassle. I don't need the ticket. I don't need to be pulled over. I'm late for work. I'm gonna get to work faster by driving slower. And I'm not gonna park in the handicap spot because it saves me 5 minutes, but it costs me $300. Okay? And we're gonna turn it around a full 180. Arrest everyone. Every crime. Just start going crazy. Okay, you park more than 8 inches away from the curb, hey, you get a ticket. I'm talking nitpicking everything. And it's going to change. It's going to change people's point of view. It's going to change their perspective immediately. So, do I want cops to be defunded? No, not in my town. Okay? Pay them extra. Pay them more. Hire more cops. Have them do everything. Just lock this town down. I want people to be arrested for everything. And then the crime will go away because it's going to move to somewhere where the cops don't care as much. And then they get to live there. They get to go to Portland. Now, for Portland, should they defund the cops? Yes. Because that's what they want. And I don't want to tell them what to do and what not to do. So Portland, you might as well get rid of all your cops. Get rid of the judges too. Get rid of the district attorneys. Just let it become a free-for-all. Because that's what you want. That's what they voted for. And the people that are there and didn't vote for it, well, you're going to have to leave or you're going to have to accept this is the new way of life. So defund the cops? Yes and no. Depends on where you're at. That's my opinion. You got an opinion? I bet you do have an opinion. Oh, Jim Reeds is in there. I just saw your comment. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think? You think I'm being a little too harsh? Maybe I am. Maybe. But yeah, I'm curious what you think. These 3 stories just broke last night, and it's kind of an encapsulation of where the laws and the policies are taking us, and this is a good way to wrap it up. So anyway, drop some thoughts. I'm going to wrap it up. I got to go back outside and start doing some more yard work before it starts raining. So that's a good place to wrap it up. We're going to stop for today. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone who's watching. I will catch you later. Thank you, thank you, thank you.